is Tom, and welcome to Blood in the Water, our weekly Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle set in Tampa, Florida. We're on episode 4 tonight, mysteriously named Trust. We'll have to see what that entails. Before we get going, I'm going to have my players go ahead and introduce themselves and let us know who they're playing. And we're going to start with Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm playing Layla Jensen. She's the bass player for the Weeping Shadows band.
Okay. And we're going to go to Whispers.
Oh, hello. I was totally paying attention. I am Whispers tonight, playing the elegant Dr. Shirley You Care. Your favorite psychiatrist with a bit of a crazy side.
Okay. And we'll go to Aloysius.
Hello, I'm Aloysius. I'm playing Silas Lambert, the fixer family man coterie dad who was not feeling very trustful of the new psychiatrist.
And last but not least, Darwin.
Hi, I'm Darwin. I'm playing Stan, the newbie vampire, still trying to figure a lot of this out, and I promise my camera's not always this bad.
Only today, though. Only today.
Only today.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, let's get into some bloody shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Jump in. In our last episode, there was a couple little minor things happened. Well, the band Weeping Shadow had their shows canceled after one night in West Tampa, and all they were told is that Baron Taylor had heard about a South Tampa band playing in his territory and ordered their shows canceled. And to make things even worse, after that one show, somebody slashed their tires on the van. So that didn't really, start their new career off very promising. But hopefully things will rebound for our favorite doom metal band. Stan is getting a little more information and trying to work the system of bargains and favors known as the dispatch in the Tampa area. And all he has to do is let some mysterious people that he hasn't even really seen, he's only partially seen one person, he's supposed to let them into Consolidex and get to maybe some records for Baron Underwood. So that's probably playing on his mind a little bit, a little bit of stress there, I would imagine. And Dr. Shirley has met Silas and Layla, and is really trying to kind of work her way into being the coterie psychiatrist. Not that they need one. I mean, I think everybody's fine there. Nobody's stressed out or anything like that.
No, nobody has any problems that they need to deal with at all. Nothing of the sort.
Oh, you absolutely reek of mental stability.
We're going to pick up tonight with Layla, Silas, and Stan were all told that they were supposed to meet with Baron Underwood. They do get they each do get a text message, and again, it's always curious about how people seem to have their phone numbers. But they get a message that indicates that the meeting place has been changed, and the address you get is actually in Clearwater, which is outside of all three baronies. It's a little bit to the southwest of Tampa, and it is in Ministry territory, or as people used to call them, the followers of Set.
Oh.
But the text looks totally legit, and appears to be from numbers that they've seen before.
In the message, did it say that these three are being invited, or it's just you go to this place?
It says you go to this place.
Did anyone else in my band get a text?
You want to contact them?
Yeah. I'm gonna see if Doyle knows anything and say, "Hey, did you get a weird text from an anonymous number recently? It says go to this place."
You get no response.
Okay,
You wait a
he's
couple
busy.
minutes, doesn't text back. So.
All right.
Doyle being a
he's-
little bitch like always.
I'm sure he's still like ticked off about not being able to play at the Inferno. So whatever. Guess I'm going to this place.
Okay. And we'll get to Dr. Shirley in just a bit, I promise. So.
Oh, you're good. I'll just play some arson.
Okay,
It's like,
Silas.
what's the next place I'm gonna burn down? He'll make his way there. No questions asked. If it's from a number that he recognizes,
He
that
does
he,
recognize it.
Yeah.
It's probably one that he's of, several numbers that he has heard from the Baron on.
So if it's a number that he's had like regular contact with, then he's not gonna question it. He'll just be like, okay, neutral ground, sure.
Okay. Just for the sake of convenience, we'll say all the characters show up at about the same point. The address turns out to be an older theater in kind of off the main street in Clearwater. It's the Parker Theater. We'll just say the storyteller didn't have time to come up with the name, so we'll just call it the Parker Theater. You get up, and it's really an old building that looks like it's under construction, maybe destruction. There's yellow tape up front. Danger, do not enter. Kind of strung across the front door. Looks like there's cracks in the foundation, so you can't tell if this place is being remodeled or somebody's going to bulldoze it pretty soon. And there were no other vehicles up front. They were actually really kind of along the street. It'd be more street parking.
Huh. Okay. Well.
But yeah, all three of you arrived at the same time.
Oh, you got the same message. Great. I didn't want to be here by myself.
Well, that I did. Stan, good to
Nice
see
seeing you
you
guys.
as well.
I haven't seen you in a while, Stan.
Yeah, I've been busy.
I take it this means you're in trouble also.
Maybe a little. Maybe just a little.
Sounds about right.
The after you're there for a moment or two, you don't see anyone from the band showing up, Layla.
I think I'm the only one that got this text. I don't know where my band is right now.
Well, either that doesn't bode very well, or Cassandra's just going to be very pissed that they didn't show up. So,
Yeah, it's weird. I don't.
The only obvious entrance to the building, is to a set of double doors that look like they had bronze outlines on them before. That it's all faded and scuffed up and everything like it. It looks like it probably was once kind of a very nice theater, but just gone to crap.
Mm.
I'm
I
gonna
don't even know who we're meeting here. I mean,
I'm gonna take out my handgun just in case.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Okay.
And I'll make my way to the door.
I'm gonna follow.
Stands behind the other two.
Okay.
I will also rouse to activate toughness.
I was going to actually ask everyone to, including Dr. Shirley, make a rouse check, please.
Okay, then I will rouse, and then I will rouse again.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a
Okay.
6.
Stan is successful.
I've got a 9.
Layla is successful as
Yep.
well. All right.
Got a success for waking up and a failure for using toughness, so I get a little bit hungrier.
Okay.
Oh, what? 1 second. I need to get my notes.
Sure.
That was
He does have
a
notes.
critical success, a 10.
Okay. Okay. Then
For
you
me.
are not hungry for when you join the party. So. And okay, so you open the door.
Yep.
Okay. Kind of, as you're trying to open it, it kind of scuffs along the ground a little bit, like
Ugh.
because you can tell things have kind of settled and the building is kind of not even, so you kind of have to pull it hard to open the door. When you look in, there is a lobby that's really been cleared of anything that might have made the theater famous at one point. It's artwork. It's it's really its decor. It's very empty, dusty. There's no lights on inside. There's a glass counter that looks like that might have been concessions at one time, but when you step into this large lobby, there are 2 sets of doors ahead of you that look like they probably lead into the auditorium itself. There's a set of stairs to your right that lead upwards, probably to a projector room or something like that.
Place has certainly seen better days.
I hope it doesn't fall down on us while we're here.
Well, maybe keep your fingers crossed just in case.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on at all.
Could everybody give me a wits and awareness roll, please?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I could do that anyway, so...
Okay. Let me find it. Hold on.
I gotta pull out enough D10s.
Alright, where is it at? Wits is... Okay, that's up at the top. Do I do the plus for that one, or
Yeah.
either or? Yeah, plus. Okay, and awareness. I take a screenshot of this tiny little character sheets. I can find things and then put the dots in there. Awareness. Where the heck is
I got
awareness?
3 successes.
Okay. 3.
Oh, there it is. Okay, it's down there. 2 dots. Awareness, and I drag it over here. I think
You drag it over to the. Yep. There you go.
I got
right
something.
there. You got 1 success.
Yeah.
Okay. For 3 successes, you think you hear. Excuse me. Silas thinks he hears a faint voice speaking beyond the double sets of doors. Like maybe it's coming from the auditorium.
Okay, and I'll sort of like turn to the other 2 and sort of just give a slowly start making my way over there.
Okay. As you approach one of the sets of doors, it actually starts to open on its own, and it just opens with this long, dramatic creak. And you can now see into the auditorium. You see, just rows and rows of seats, and then there's a stage at the very end of the auditorium. And there's some very, very, very faint light there. Not enough to really see, but you can make out that is the stage. There's enough light there, and you hear someone speaking, and it's a little bit louder now, and it sounds like Dr. Shirley. What might Dr. Shirley be talking to herself about?
I don't think it's really her talking to herself, but like in the
Excuse
same,
me.
Yeah,
Her inner monologue.
Mhm.
her inner monologue. It's more the fact that she's just like, okay, look at me inside of my head. I will not fix my own problems. Why? Because I don't get paid enough for that. So before you come over here telling me that I have identity issues and I'm suffering from some form of insanity from a traumatic event that I don't even remember, maybe talk to yourself a bit. Have some inner monologue with the inner monologue. Yes, I'm telling my inner monologue to inner monologue. Fuck you, myself. I will deal with my own mental issues when I fucking want to.
Okay, you hear all that. And you trace the voice to, she is sitting in the front row, right in front of the stage.
Is there anybody else seemingly in there?
Are you guys going in, or are you going to stand in the doorway first?
Well, I would see. Well, I would see if there was anybody else that was within eyesight before
Give me a wits and investigation, please.
Okay, that's
And
even
anyone,
better.
any of the other two players, if you'd like to make a wits and investigation, you can.
Okay.
Okay, that's a critical success for 5 successes
Investigation
total.
is this one.
One success. There is a person.
Oh, I have almost no idea what's going on. I've got
There's
a 9.
person talking to themselves.
Yeah. Yes. Stan can obviously hear the voice. He's never met Dr. Charlie, so he doesn't know who this person is. Silas can detect the form on the stage of 2 individuals, but can't quite make out who it is. But there's 2 individuals sitting on the stage.
Okay.
Dr. Charlie, you faintly hear you faintly heard the doors open to the theater. This would be behind you, so.
Can I roll professionalism? Because it's one of my high scores and I want to make it a joke that she just goes.
Professionalism? Which one is that?
I believe she has a good professionalism.
No, there's no professionalism.
Am I thinking of a different system? I might be thinking of a different
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I
was gonna say there's no professionalism.
Yeah.
Skill.
I've yet to meet a professional in this game yet.
Look, people, I've been writing my own system for like the past month.
I would say probably the closest to that would be etiquette.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Try that.
I mean, I'll give it to you free. You just turn around and look, and you recognize.
Oh yeah.
I mean, really. I mean, at this
Cool.
point,
I'll make it free that you can turn around and look with your functioning eyeballs.
Do you believe what you see? No. But you see Silas and Layla, who you met the other night, actually the prior night. And there's another individual standing in the back who you've never met before.
Oh yeah, so Shirley, completely opposite from the last time probably Silas or Layla would remember, stands up. She's actually wearing very professional wear. Like some nice like suit pants, a nice like dress top, a couple suspenders, a nice like vest as well. And she will simply walk over and just go, Mr. Lambert and Mr. Jensen, wonderful to see you again.
Not
And
a Mr.
Mrs.
Yeah, close enough.
Anyway.
What are your preferred, pronouns, Layla?
She, her.
Okay. And who may you be? I don't think I've met you before.
Stan, I imagine, moves in between the other 2 in front of him. He reaches his hand out to shake. Oh, hi, I'm Stan.
Silas will hold his arm out and not let Stan walk any closer.
You get a nice firm handshake.
Dad arm.
Yeah.
Yep, dad arm. Just nope.
Don't
nice
talk to
firm
strangers,
handshake.
Stan.
And she just goes, you're Stan. I will say, while this is not the best circumstance to meet, we should totally have a talk outside of this, possibly in my own professional office. My name's Dr. Shirley You Care.
Hi, Doctor.
And then I'll sort of just turn to Stan and just say, "This is the one I texted you about."
All right.
At the stage, you see from the top, a movie screen descend very slowly and kind of bumps a little bit and then continues and stops. From behind the screen and kind of off to the sides, there's some faint light comes on, just gradually comes up, and there are two figures seated on the stage. You might have to get a little bit closer to get a real good look at who they are, even though you're vampires.
All right, I'm gonna take like 2 little steps closer and see if I can figure out who it is.
Anybody else? And Shirley, you were up front already, so you kind of walked back to them. So
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, Shirley fully just goes back to her seat like this is like some movie. Doesn't seem concerned at all. I mean, she has her trusty, battle axe with her. I mean, shovel.
What it?
Okay, Silas will tentatively holster his pistol for the moment
okay.
and slowly start walking towards the stage.
You see on the stage, seated on the left is Baron Underwood. She is in one of her sharp business suits, probably black, and just she's sitting in kind of an ornate wooden chair, very almost kind of casually looking. Just kind of has her hand on her chin, and she just kind of watches you approach. To her right sits Baron Jesus Montenegro, sitting in a similar chair. Those who have not seen him before, he looks late 30s, kind of has a goatee beard, long black hair, and he's kind of casually sitting as well, though his eyes kind of follow each character as they kind of move forward.
I don't think I've seen either of these people before.
You have not, actually.
I don't know what this is about at all.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, thinking about that, that's true. Layla never met Cassandra once last season.
No.
Now we're going to retcon something a little bit. Dr. Shirley was brought here by Jesus, so I'm told to just wait up front. So, but Baron Underwood, Cassandra just kind of gives an open palm, says, "Please be seated."
Okay.
Oh, Stan waves to his boss, like, "Hi, boss."
She just kind of smirks, just kind of gives you this, "Sit down, Stan." You're embarrassing me.
I will begrudgingly sit down.
I believe Cassandra starts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe I've met everyone here before. And she looks at Layla and she says, "Although you've been in my barony for quite some time, I don't believe we've met."
Yeah, we haven't met. I don't know why. Maybe you've seen my band or heard of them? Weeping Shadows?
Oh, I've heard of them, yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Welcome.
Thanks.
And she looks over at Dr. Shirley and she says, "I'm familiar with you." And
Good
she has a
things or
smug
bad
attitude like, "You should know who I am." So she doesn't introduce herself. So,
Okay.
and then she looks to her left and says, "I believe you all know Jesus Montenegro of Clan Tremere."
I haven't met anyone.
We've made an acquaintance, and I'll sort of look Jesus dead in the eye.
He kind of has shark eyes. He just kind of stares back at you for a moment and then kind of glances over at Dr. Shirley.
I was told to get in his car, so I did.
And then he looks over at Stan.
Stan's never met Montenegro,
He has
right?
not, no.
Okay, he knows about his existence, though.
Mhm. I'm aware of his work. So.
I'm aware of who he is and his professionalism.
Out of professional courtesy, I'm here.
Okay.
Cassandra then continues. Jesus contacted me in regards to some irregularities in observance of the traditions. Now, he and I have maintained a peaceful coexistence these long nights since we took the city from the Camarilla. However, the recent nights have been troubling to each of our concerns. We agreed to meet here in neutral territory to discuss our mutual concerns. And she kind of just pauses. And then Jesus continues, there are two pressing matters that affect Cassandra and I, and he looks over at Stan again. He says, the common thread between these two issues is the three of you. Is there anything you would like to share before we begin? And the three did not include Dr. Shirley, so just making sure.
Right, yeah. I'm not really sure why I'm here, but it might have something to do with the band. Or maybe just me. I don't know.
And I'll sort of just like look at Baron Montenegro and just say, how's the Magnus situation?
That's one of the matters we'll be discussing.
I gathered.
And Cassandra kind of turns her head and she's like, yes, I guess I'd like a little more information about the Magnus situation. Could you enlighten us, Silas?
Well, I only know so much. He is one of Baron Montenegro's closely regarded associates, from what I can gather. And Stan's grandsire, who has tried repeatedly to assassinate Stan and to also drag Baron Taylor into the mix as well, which I'm sure muddies the water between the tentative agreements between all three of you.
And Cassandra is kind of quiet for a moment, then Jesus speaks up and looks over at Stan. He says, your sire is Maya, Magnus's child?
Yes, that would be right.
I was unaware of this, as well as being unaware of Magnus's intentions towards you. He can be impulsive at times. I am working to clean up my own house, as they say.
Oh, all right then. Thank you for telling me this.
You might need to speak up a little bit, Stan.
Okay, sorry. Stan just like nods, like, all right. Thank you for that.
So what do you, and Cassandra says, so what do you propose to do about this situation? And she says this more to Jesus. I will take care of the situation. Although I'm not certain who has been targeting this young man, for if it had been Magnus himself, he would certainly have been destroyed by now.
All right. When Stan hears like he would have been destroyed by now, Stan's like a little bit like, oh, okay then.
And
Well, it was a multitude of various groups that have attempted to bring Stan to his final death, so whether they work directly for Magnus, or he simply hired them to do the job and failed, I am uncertain of.
Cassandra asks, she says, and she almost kind of with a smirk, says, "Where is this Maya?"
A catering restaurant. We just talked to her for a little bit. She seems kind of out there.
This catering restaurant, where is it? Out of character, it's in West Tampa.
Yes, I was.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to ask for
Yeah.
address. Just
Yeah,
it's a bit of information that. Okay.
Yeah. It's in Baron Taylor's territory.
Jesus grips the arm of his chair, and you hear it crack. He says, "That fool hid his child in Taylor's barony."
This is a rather less composed response than when I last told you, Baron Montenegro.
I don't believe you told me precisely where she was.
I did. Whether you chose to ignore that information is on you.
Give me I'd like a rouse check from you, Silas.
A rouse check? Okay.
Oh.
Okay, that's a success.
Okay. His eyes are just glaring at you as if imagining you burning in hell, but you seem to be maintaining your cool. He turns to Cassandra. He says, if Taylor learns that she dwells in his territory, she'll be kidnapped. I can't allow this to be used against Magnus. Because that will spark a war between our baronies. Guaranteed. I'm not sure I could control Magnus from striking back then. So Cassandra looks out at the kindred before her. Is it possible to move her?
As far as I'm aware, she was the only kindred in the building, but there was a lack of staff when we were last visiting, so it's unclear as to just how well guarded she may actually be.
Do you think it would be wise to move her? Or perhaps remove her from the equation?
And I'll sort of just like look to Stan.
If we do move her, then maybe Magnus should be told about it. If she's just gone, that may anger him. Make it for the worst.
Jesus looks over at Dr. Charlie and says, "You will be joining these three to ensure that nothing goes wrong."
Is it for the sex appeal or the fact that I can control raging vampires? It's both. It's probably both.
Clear your schedule. Be available for what they need.
Am I getting paid for this?
Isn't your continued existence payment enough?
Well, I gotta pay rent. My feet are lying on
Silence.
the daily.
And
Okay.
your lips go. Stan, while you're sitting there, you get another text message. And normally it's rude to look at my text messages during meetings, but everybody does it. So.
All right, then.
And it's not a number he recognizes. It just says, "We're planning our visit, and we need to know when to come. Hurry up! Time is wasting." And I'm gonna let the other characters try to sense a vibe off Stan, especially maybe Dr. Shirley. But I'm gonna let Dr. Shirley make her her aura check.
My
but-
aspects.
Yeah, but Layla and Silas, you can't see the phone, but he probably looked a little paler than usual. If you want to make a, let's just do a, I guess just wits and awareness.
Let me-
Again.
I would say, wouldn't that be like more of like an insight
Now,
check?
What's an
Stan,
awareness?
everybody seems to be looking at you. So if you would like to try to mask your reaction, you can try to maybe composure and subterfuge.
Oh, these are things Stan's actually good at.
Yeah.
Well, I rolled dice, but I don't know
Also-
what it means.
I passed my rouse check for my
Okay.
aspects in case you were wondering. Oh, the die. Oh no. I'm getting scared of how well I'm rolling. When is this gonna bite me in the ass?
3 successes.
Okay, good.
I got 2, so
Okay.
I'm
think
like,
Yeah,
I don't know,
okay,
like
you-
Stan's just his worried self.
Yeah, you don't notice anything different about Stan.
I'm not sure what I did.
Well,
It's okay.
so
You got
I get
2.
4 questions against Sam with aspects, right? 7 out
Well-
of 8 successes.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Whether or not it would be appropriate to ask those questions now.
Yeah.
His aura is fearful and anxious. But from what you noticed about Stan, that might be his normal attitude, shall we say? But you'll notice that in his aura though.
Was there an elevation? And like, can I tell if there was an elevation compared to what I've seen before?
A little bit, yeah. But Stan's getting better at keeping his poker face. So, but there's
Yeah, I
there's
think-
some. Dr. Shirley's like there's something there. There's something's bothering him.
Yeah, Dr. Shirley won't say much, but she does kind of she kind of like gives that look to try and like comfort Stan, to be like, if you need to talk, I'm here, but like I don't want to out your issues. Look.
The Stan noticed, like, the all 3 of them, like, the other 2 are like, okay, whatever. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah, she's really looking intently at you.
okay, Stan. What?
Oh no, I wasn't gonna say anything. I messed up. So go ahead. I messed up.
Stan just gives them a look back, like he's looking back at his phone and back at her, just like, don't worry about it. He puts it back.
You know, when people say "don't worry about it," they usually mean worry about it.
Maybe it's something for me to worry about. Oh, by the way, boss, Baron Underwood, afterwards, I need to talk to you. Some issues I was having, firing some numbers. They didn't add up. I'll just ask you about it afterwards.
Very well, of course. And let us proceed on to the other pressing matter, Cassandra says. A projection comes on from the back of the theater.
Oh.
And up on the screen, you see a picture of a young woman, black hood on her. Head, and it looks like it came from some kind of security camera. Dr. Shirley, this is the woman that you saw in the Vale the night before, who had been looking at you from the bar, and then a crowd came by, and then she was gone. And Layla,
Are we able to make out the face?
Yep.
Okay.
Layla just saw her the other night in the club, but you remember her, and also Stan remembers her from the news about a woman named Rebecca Hernandez.
That sounds sticky note worthy.
And she had been in the news. Well, publicly she'd been in the news and been accused of arson, but Silas and Layla encountered her in a house where she shot at them.
Yep.
Did. Yeah.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Oh.
Do any of you recognize this woman?
Yep.
Yes.
I don't know her name, but I've run into her before.
Do you have something she's touched within the last 24 to 48 hours?
Certainly not.
No.
Just maybe. Kind of indirectly.
Oh, this is the same night as we were at the bar, right?
No, it's the next night.
It's the next night.
So you would have seen her the night before. So
Okay. Well, if you give
Does
me
Stan know her name? Because it's on.
Stan might know. Well, actually, Stan probably doesn't remember shit. He's probably seen her on the news, but
Stan
doesn't
fucking
remember her name
anything.
unless he wrote it down. But the Cassandra did name her as Rebecca Hernandez. But it might not mean anything to Stan.
Mm-hmm. Forgot what the question was that we got asked.
No, it just said, "Do you recognize her?"
Recognize?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where would that be
Really?
from?
She was kind of a problem at the Inferno for our band.
She was in a house with seemingly a bunch of homeless people that I had to evict from the residence.
How distasteful. Dr. Shirley, it seemed like you recognize her as well.
Oh, yes. When I went to the bar to meet my 2 new clients right here, she was watching me, though I think I might have a way to track her. Though I can't guarantee it's going to be as well, depending because of the time length. Since she touched the object and it was a public bar, so finding her resonance around if everyone else had touched it might be a little difficult, but possible.
Jesus speaks up. Ms. Hernandez ran a ghost hunting organization a few years ago. The business was closed and she promptly disappeared until just recently. Police records show Ms. Hernandez is wanted for possible arson. If we were able to find her, that would be most useful. However, if the bar, he kind of says it distastefully, washes the glasses and washes the counter, would that reduce the viability of your skills?
Oh no. So my ability allows me to find the resonance of a soul that has once touched something. So as long as they have touched it, the difficulty comes around of how long it's been since they last touched the object.
Okay.
I don't know if it was an object.
Well, she was
Technically, a
sitting at the
table
bar.
is an object.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She was. What it was is there was like a corner bar, and she's like sitting. She was kind of sitting over there. But yes, she would have been touching the bar, touching a chair. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have a feeling she'll find me.
Why is that?
We kind of got into a spat after the.
Actually, that isn't the same. That isn't the same woman.
That isn't the same woman.
It is not. No.
Really? All this time.
No,
Okay, never mind.
Not the same one.
She's like,
no,
whoa! I totally thought that woman was
No.
this woman.
Yeah.
No,
I
that
got really
that one you
confused
didn't.
here.
You didn't.
Yeah.
No. No one, other than the time you saw her in the house, no one has spoken to her. So
So it's a different woman from the. Okay.
yeah. The one
Cool.
you got into the fight at the bar
Yeah.
with her boyfriend was really just some rich bitch. So
Oh. Yeah, I figured because the first time we went into that bar,
you
I
you
failed
saw
all
Rebecca.
of my checks, so I figured it was.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and you failed to find Rebecca.
Yeah.
But she was there, and you did see her, but
Mhm.
you paid her no mind because on
Right.
that particular roll, you didn't roll very high, and
Right.
so
Okay. Now I got it.
But, yep.
No wonder Layla's confused.
Yep,
Okay.
no problem, no problem.
Mhm.
If she is hunting again, she appears to be working alone. But as we know, the Second Inquisition would not just send one mortal in to antagonize us. So we need to determine if she's working alone, who she works for, and what her intentions are.
Stan kind of raises his hand a little bit, like, so is she not a vampire?
No. The security cameras have seen her during the day.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, she seems to be intrigued with our kind. She's been seen outside one of my establishments, in East Tampa, and Cassandra points to the picture. She says, "That was taken outside our office."
Oh.
As far as I'm aware, some Duskborn are able to venture out during the daylight, are they not?
They kind of sneer. They both kind of sneer like, "We don't allow their kind in our cities." They both say it at the exact same time.
Oh. All right.
And
It doesn't rule it out, but
yeah, and in Silas's head, he'll just be like, "How conservative of them."
they're old money.
They're like, "Look, we're not about those cami bitches, but we don't want those thin blood freaks here. They scare us."
What and Cassandra said, what concerns me is if the two of these matters are related, is the hunter being used by Magnus, or is there an outside interest perhaps aiding either Magnus or this hunter?
I
Any
wouldn't
other
throw
down?
any of those out as possibilities, or impossibilities, I should say. It's not exactly common for mortals to work with kindred, but it's not unheard of either.
She could be an unwitting pawn.
It's certainly possible.
Jesus speaks up. What concerns me most is the aggression that Baron Taylor is starting to show. If he discovers Maya is in his territory, he probably will do something harmful to her.
I think
But-
that's highly probable. He is certainly on the war path and wants whoever's responsible for shooting at his people to be dealt with.
So Cassandra and I are of the mind that each of these matters needs to be dealt with. And we're going to allow this new coterie that's just grown to solve each problem.
Lucky us.
Well, it seems that in a way the hunter wasn't dealt with the first time. So now's your chance to redeem yourselves in that regard. The matter of Maya, I am unsure how best to resolve that, but we just know that Baron Taylor cannot discover her. So if you choose to remove her, that's your decisions. I will try to keep Magnus occupied as best I can to prevent him further interfering.
That would be appreciated.
And he just nods.
Sort of just like look at the others and sort of just like see what's going on.
I'm like super confused. I don't know what's going on at all. Most of the
Yeah,
stuff I've never heard before.
Dr. Karas pulled out their clipboard, like budgeting, like trying to see how much they can pull out and say things for like feeding for their pets.
Just like, God, I have to feed a lion. Do you know how fucking much those things eat?
Yeah, it's just like, God, if I can't kill someone for like 3 weeks, how am I gonna feed this thing? It's fine, I have a credit card.
Well, Cassandra says, it's good we all had this little chat. We'll check in on your progress in a few nights to see how your investigations go towards this hunter. And she was going to meet with Stan, but Stan just disappeared again. So
We love
no.
some technical difficulties.
we keep losing him. So
We do, yeah.
So this is a chance right now if people want to speak out of character to kind of start talking about, options, ideas, that kind of thing.
There's so many different directions we have here. I mean,
Yes, we got like two big ones.
yeah.
One is,
yeah.
A hard quest and then the impossible quest.
Mhm.
yes, find Rebecca and see what the hell's going on with her, and move priority target alpha or whatever, so she doesn't get used as a pawn to start a war.
Ugh.
I want to ask our wonderful GM a question.
Certainly.
What is the difficulty for me to use my soul search at the bar for her? Because according to the aspects, difficulty changes depending on how long it's been since they last touched the object.
It would be, at least one night, so...
Because I looked it up.
Okay, we're gonna have Aloysius look it up as well.
So just fucking
Go ahead and double check me.
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm assuming this is Spirit's
Spirit's touch
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah, Spirit's Touch. Not Spirit Search.
Okay. Let's see. Gleaning the emotional state. Let's see. Okay, well, the examples that it gives is gleaning the emotional state of the user of a murder weapon used a few days before is difficulty 3, but sensing the surroundings in which a 300-year-old letter was written approaches difficulty 6 or higher.
Wow.
So, it was fairly recent, but not like necessarily super emotionally charged or anything like that.
Yeah, that's the thing, and it's
Yeah.
I think you're almost trying to use it to track her, which I don't know if you can necessarily use it to track her. You can say, yes, she was here, and here's what her her
Let's
kinda
see.
mood
User
was.
gains insight into not only that person, but also what was done and under what circumstances, while rarely crystal clear. Provides it provides leads impossible to gain from regular forensics and deduction. So it wouldn't necessarily. It's not like sense the trail
Yeah.
of prey or anything like that, where it literally like tracks out for you, but it would
Yeah.
like at least be able to possibly like point you in a direction.
See, that's
And
what
which-
I'm.
Which
go
is what I would probably allow that. Probably it gives you a clue, possibly where to look next. Let's put it that way. So
Look, surely soul bullshit is coming in handy.
so you would probably need to get over to the bar tonight to do that. Because if they close, I mean, you could always break in, but it's inadvisable. It's probably about 11 o'clock at night, so
Mhm.
bar
They'll be
probably
open
stays
for
open
a
until
few more
like 2.
hours.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So okay, so you've decided maybe that's an option to do, to maybe go check that out.
Mhm.
Any other ideas?
Well, I forget. What time did the studio close where Maya's being kept at? It was like 10 or something like that.
Yeah, they had like office hours till like 10 or something.
It wasn't a
like
studio,
that.
wasn't it a catering place?
It was a catering place, but
I thought it was
Yeah.
the studio where Layla's like band manager worked out of.
Oh, is
Like-
that right?
well,
What's his name?
there
I don't remember.
there was that connection.
Gene.
between-
That's it.
Gene,
Gene.
yes.
That's right.
Yeah. He owns that place.
Okay, that's what it was.
yeah,
I knew he was connected to that that
Yes.
place some way
Yeah.
somehow
Yeah.
because I ended up getting his number from the janitor or whatever.
But they're generally weeknights. They're up until about 10, just because there may be parties going on that they need somebody in the office to field phone calls and that kind of thing. So
Okay, so feasibly, if
Mhm.
it were a similar night as to when Stan and Silas went there
Mhm.
the first time, then potentially we would be able to go in, get Maya, and abscond with her rather easily. But that's also betting on it being like under the same circumstances, and since Maya was like super worried about like Magnus spying through her eyes and stuff, it's like maybe Magnus is aware of all that now, and so like maybe he's like sent people there to like protect her, like reinforce the building or something. So there's like possible unknown factors that we don't know about in that particular instance. But at least unlike with Rebecca, we know where she is and can sort of like plan something around that at the very least.
Real quick. What did I miss on the little bit my technical errors? Hello?
Basically, just like we know where Maya is. We can at least come up with a plan of like going in and grabbing her, even if there's like unknown factors and all that. Whereas with Rebecca, we have a plan to get a lead, but we have like zero idea where she could be right now.
Should probably show up at the bar
All right,
again.
then.
Fail. I guess. You know?
Was the job just to get her, or just?
Oh, well, yeah, that was is to physically move her out of West Tampa and either keep her with you or return her to Magnus,
Which I say, don't do that. Let's not do that, guys.
please.
That sounds like not the move to make.
That sounds like fun. Come on. What's the worst that could happen? No. But yeah, those are really the two tasks before you.
Yes. So I think, Shirley checking out the bar and possibly getting like an emotional clue or like tracker to like point her in the right direction at the very least. It's worth at least trying. Like, what else have we got to go off of really at the moment in time, other than like where she like set on fire or something like that? But with Maya, we can at least be like, all right, let's have a truck. Let's like go out like behind the building. Let's grab her and leave, and not tell anybody where we take her. Obviously, we'll want to come up with a like more concrete plan than that. But that's the gist. We just go in, we grab her. That's what we gotta do.
And go back to the
and
West.
if people,
Go back to the Winchester and wait for the whole thing to blow over, right? So.
if anyone asks questions, you could just say that she was sent to a long-term care facility.
Yeah, but then I would say, but then that would like automatically
just
be like,
making sure.
Yeah, that would automatically be like, Dr. Shirley, all right, what the fuck did you do and all that. So maybe that's not the card.
Good way to get
Yeah,
staked.
that's true.
Yeah, really.
Hey, Doctor
Just
Shirley
making sure
can
they
vote
were-
of her Alice's.
Go ahead, Darwin.
You were completely against the offender idea, right?
Silas isn't super about that, if it can be helped, because, her, like, Stan kind of, like, unwitting pawns and, like, all this bullshit for no reason whatsoever, so Silas is of a mind of, like, maybe let's not kill her, unless that's, like, literally the only option we have.
Okay.
And also, he knows that Stan is like emotionally attached or whatever, so
Just because your sire's not around, it'll pick on anyone else. So. Bully. No.
she's like fucking doing whatever the hell she's doing.
Oops. Okay. So one plan probably needs to happen tonight.
Yeah.
Versus,
I think
versus the other one could wait another night if you needed to.
Yes, I was gonna say I think unless we think we have like what we need to grab Maya like now, which I think feasibly we probably can do. But if we are gonna do that, I do think that we should probably like split up. So that way Shirley is not going by herself to the bar in case by some chance some shit goes down. And that way she can at least like try to get the emotional residue while the other team goes and nabs Maya from the catering place.
Okay.
Yeah. And
So
if I
now-
go back to the bar, I think Rebecca's gonna show up again.
That's another option.
Yeah.
is maybe she's there again.
Maybe she's
Who
there
knows?
again. Maybe I'm bait. I don't know.
There's also the fact that Shirley would need someone to go with her because she was kind of just told to get into a car. She doesn't really have her car to drive back.
That is fair. That's also true.
Yeah.
Okay, so if that's the move, then what are the teams? This is obviously going to be teams of 2.
Yeah, I'm
So
gonna go to the bar with Shirley.
Okay, so Layla and Shirley go to the bar, and then Stan and I will go back to the catering place to nab Maya.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense. Mia stalls Stan and Silas, so she's probably more familiar with those.
She'll probably be more familiar, and she'll probably be less likely to freak out if like someone she doesn't know shows up.
Okay.
So Stan wanted to talk to Baron Underwood before he left. So Jesus has exited. No, didn't offer Shirley a ride.
I think we all drove here though, so
So
well, most of us.
But then Cassandra is still up on the stage by herself, so Stan could go up and talk to her if he wanted to. Can't hear you.
Cannot hear you.
We can't hear you.
Let's
You might
play.
need to, like,
Okay, he's
take
got
it
it. He's
around
got
a
it.
2 words. Sounds like.
Yep, and he just shakes it. It's like,
Yeah.
just work.
I mean, I can read lips, but it's gonna be like, yeah.
Question for the players: is it
Mhm.
something you would like to continue tonight, or is it
I'm
something you
down.
would like to
I'm down.
Yeah.
to plan
down as
first
well.
and then nope? You
Nah,
wanna push through
impromptu.
it tonight?
Screw planning. Let's just do
Let's
it.
do it.
This is a live stream. When are we not improving everything?
Sounds good.
Act
Okay.
like we
Right.
planned.
I just
shit.
like to ask. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Earth to Darwin. Earth to Darwin.
Uh-oh.
I would say I think he's got to leave and come back.
Yeah,
So he
yeah.
can like
I think
reconnect
I think
or
what we'll
reset or
do
whatever.
is we'll start with Layla and Dr. Shirley first.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Okay. So yeah. Yeah, you're gonna have to give Dr. Shirley a ride.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I've got a little Volkswagen. Come on.
Have a little bonding moment.
Yeah.
Just us girls. So
Uh-huh.
Yeah, then maybe
Um,
Layla can be like, Silas, she's not that bad. She's just a little quirky.
Yeah.
you know, she's just quirky. You know, maybe went to the sale asylum once or twice.
the way the way those milks are. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we can just go and go back to the Vale and see who's there. So come on.
okay. Can you hear us, Darwin?
Signs
No.
point to
Okay.
no.
I'll take that as a
All right.
no.
Well,
I'll take that
we're gonna-
that's a no.
We will.
Yeah.
I think what we may end up doing is we may end up doing the Stan and Silas show maybe in the next episode at this rate.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Okay. We'll
All
see
right.
how it goes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So Shirley like kind of gets in and just goes, "This is a wonderful car, you know. What
I
year
think
is
so
it?"
too. I don't know.
Um, honestly, I just bought my van from someone who, the least risky person. By that, they did not look like they were doing drugs, but I did clean my car after I bought it.
Oh well, yeah, that's always a good idea. I've had this one for a little
Yeah.
while, but I don't know. I never really. I had help finding it, I guess. So I don't know.
Well, you know what they say about Tampa.
Hmm?
Oh, well, it's either normal people, gang members, or drug addicts.
Oh, okay.
Ever so often you have a felon here and there, but like they are like some of the best people.
All right. I'm driving to the bar.
sounds like the bar I go to occasionally on Friday nights. So
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna go. Drive my way to the bar and park my vehicle and
okay.
go in.
About usual number of cars in the parking lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Go in. Bartender whose name we still don't remember. I'm gonna have to go back and look it
I
up.
can't remember it
I
either.
want to say Ashley. Every episode, I think it's like Dr. Shirley. Every episode, we give her a new name.
Give her a new
so-
name. Yeah. You could be changing name tags to avoid some
Maybe
drunks that
that's
were like
maybe that's
awful
it,
to
yeah.
her.
Yeah.
You know?
Is
Yeah,
it
today-
Lindsay or Leanne this week?
Exactly. But when you come in, there is no one sitting in the spot where Rebecca had been.
Oh, wow.
People kind of other sides of it, but
Mhm.
it bar looks like it's been mercifully cleaned since the night
Wow.
before. But
All
yeah,
right, well,
you,
that's a new one.
Dr. Shirley sees the spot where Rebecca had been.
Yeah, so to make
All right,
it
so do your thing.
you know, I can't just do the thing. It's not something I can do on command. I mean, it is, but it sounded a lot cooler if I said I couldn't.
All right. Yeah,
but yeah-
I'll just get out of your way, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe like stay close in case like someone tries to stab you. I really don't know what we should be prepared for.
Just the Veil. It's mostly Hot Topic kids for play. I don't think we're gonna have many problems here right now.
Okay. Yeah,
I-
so Shirley will go and like sit like she's ordering a drink in that area and activate her
Actually-
aspect once again.
Ashley comes up and she's like, "Hey, welcome back."
Well, so that did come to bite me in the ass. To activate aspects, I rolled a 1 on a rouse check. So I'm feeling feeling hunger finally.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, your beast. You just feel it kind of growl a bit, and it says, "Oh, playing games tonight, are we, Shirley?"
Okay, look, honey, you're gonna sit your ass down right now. Well, we got more important things to do.
Are you feeling lucky tonight, though? Maybe
are you
everything will
talking to?
work out just perfect, like it always does, right?
See, the last time you said that, I almost killed someone.
How about this
I'm gonna
girl
take a
right-
couple steps back. I don't know who she's talking to.
No, she's having an inner.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
this
an
is
inner
fully
one.
in her head.
I can't.
Yeah,
okay.
it's
Layla's
it's-
just been
it's-
confused the whole damn
Yeah,
night.
yeah. This one truly is an inner monologue, unless
Yeah.
she decides to verbalize things. That's
Oh, I'll
that's
let
for
you know
Charlotte.
when she verbalizes.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Okay.
yeah.
Now she may be just kind of sitting there like still, like maybe you're
Yeah.
not used to seeing her actually be still and
I would
moving.
say like
That.
usually like I feel like maybe like Lala or like the other vampires might notice when her power activates her eyes usually have a bit of a glow. For once her eyes look very dull when she went to go activate her ability instead.
Hmm.
So why don't you just get me a snack real fast? How about this girl right here? She's cute. She can probably use to lose a few pints.
Look, we've been over this. I do not feed from humans, we feed from animals. It is more ethical, and secondly,
We
I
only
do
eat from animals. Ah, enough with your rules. Can't we have some fun?
because I am a professional and a doctor, and secondly, fuck you.
And they fade away mercifully. Okay.
After that, do I need to roll again to activate aspects? Does it activate after that conversation?
No, that I think you did your rouse check,
Okay.
and then now you're doing your actual roll. So.
Yeah. It just goes dull for a second, and then it just lights up like there was a delay within her ability.
So this is Spirit's Touch.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh god. Really, Shirley, you can roll well on this, but not a rouse check. Fuck you. So that is going to be 5 out of 8 successes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I see Aloysius is looking it up. Thank you.
Yes. Well, I guess it's up to you as to whether she succeeded. Personally, based off of the examples, I think 5 is more than enough for what she needed because there's no like hard set thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is because what you had read earlier. So, you do get a kind of resonance of that she was there, that she was anxious, but it was tempered with almost a feeling of okay, like just take your time, so it doesn't necessarily tell you she left here and went this way, but you get the feeling that she's kind of an old soul and that maybe favors older cars, older weapons, things like that. Just kind of a like a just kind of, it's like there's almost like glimpse of like taking a step back in time and using like older methods.
It's like I see a 1986 Cadillac appear in my head randomly. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I'll give you that, but
Yeah.
but she was there.
Yeah. By any chance, do I know if there's any like old like car shows happening in the next couple of
It's
days?
Florida. There's
I know. I know, but I still had to ask. I wasn't going to assume.
Even in the world of darkness, there's old car shows every weekend.
Yeah, so Shirley just kind of like gets up.
Bartender was Ashley's just looking. She's like, "You didn't want anything, or?"
Oh no. So I wanted something, but then I got a horrible craving for some like a great 5-course steak. So I'm gonna go to a restaurant. I might be back later because steak.
Okay. She looks over at Layla. Did you need anything, hon?
Oh, I'm good. Thank you. I'm just, showing my friend here at the bar.
Yeah. The designated driver.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, have a good night then, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Layla.
Uh-huh.
There was somebody in here looking for you earlier.
Oh, who was it? Was it one of the band members?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The moody one. I guess he plays guitar.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Amadeus.
He was looking for you. Then he went out the back. So.
Oh, well, maybe he's. I don't know if he's still there. I'll go see.
Okay.
Like backstage out the back, or.
Yeah. There's actually a door that like backstage and then leads to like an alley. That's back there.
Okay, I'm gonna go find my band member. If you want to come with, Shirley, you can.
Sure. So I will just let you know that when I activated my power, so if we find any animals, just let me know because I am absolutely parched right now.
Okay, if that's your thing, sure.
Yes.
Might
Maybe
be iguanas dropping out of the trees. Who knows?
Maybe.
Well, I'm just saying.
Just like, give me that gecko. Give it to me.
Well, because like I could feed. Oh, I have a snake in my pants.
Ashley
Yeah.
glances up like.
Let me just kill my pet real quick.
What?
Nah.
And then she looks away like, I don't think I heard that.
Okay, let's just follow me.
Okay, but can we stop somewhere afterwards to get something to eat? That okay.
Yeah, sure. Fine.
Also, old car shows, best place to find her. Apparently, old soul, likes the old way of doing things, strong connection to old cars.
My car's not that old. I don't think.
Well,
Anyway.
you never know.
I don't actually know. I mean, So, all right. Yeah, follow me. You're going to meet one of my band members.
Okay, cool.
Okay. You step out in the alley. When you've been out there before, there's like a dumpster that's kind of off to the right.
Yep.
And then to the left, it kind of goes back out to the street. Give me wits and it's an investigation roll, please.
Investigation. Where is investigation?
It's going to be over on the left under mental.
Under mental. Okay. Oh, there we are. Okay. Investigation. Go.
Okay. Dr. Shirley, could you give me a wits and investigation, please?
Absolutely.
See if you can combine your Wonder Twin powers and.
Wonder Twin powers. You know, the two women, let them do this. They could do shit. That's their entire thing. Sadly, that's only 3 successes from Shirley.
Only 3. Okay. Layla, you kind of get out and you just kind of take a quick glance around.
Yeah.
Dr. Shirley, you see over towards the dumpster, you see a pair of boots sticking out, like on the ground.
Yeah, she's just gonna like tap your shoulder. Just go. So is that his boots or someone who might be doing something?
Now that you see it, you just see like a pair of legs and like probably leather pants and something.
Yeah, it's probably him. I'm going over to see. Okay. And what do I see when I get there?
You get over there. There's a form laying there, but there's like a garbage bag over their torso and their face.
That doesn't sound good. Whoever this is, I think it's him though. So I'm gonna try to like rip it off.
Okay, rip it off.
Yeah.
You find Amadeus there with a stake driven through his chest.
Oh my god.
And there's a piece of paper pinned to his chest.
What does it say? I'm gonna pick it up.
Pick it up. It says, "Stay out of West Tampa."
Oh god, this is bad. This is really bad. Did we have security cameras out here at all?
but probably not.
Probably not. Oh, this is
Back alley of a sketchy
They would
club.
catch too many intimate moments.
oh, maybe
in
they
the
didn't
alley.
want those. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna immediately call Doyle and be like, you need to come back here.
Doesn't answer.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I don't know what to do.
Hey, we hear you.
Hey,
Okay.
we do hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what to do.
Okay. First, we're gonna take some deep breaths. Panicking is not gonna help us in this situation. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean,
Okay. Okay. Deep breath in.
do we breathe though? I mean,
I don't give a shit. It's about the motions.
okay.
It's to relax your endochromatic nervous system.
Damn it, relax.
Just relax.
I don't want to relax. I want to do something better than this. I mean, like,
Okay. What do you want to do?
I don't know. At least move him away from the trash, I guess.
Okay. Well, if we
There's
carry
better
a
than that.
dead body in the streets, that will gotta get the cops called on us.
I'll just get my car.
Okay, you go get the car. I'll prepare the body for transport.
Okay, just be careful.
Okay, I will.
Alright, go get my car.
So I'll
Probably
do,
crying tears of blood at this
Yeah.
point. So, yeah.
I'll do another
We're going to
rouse.
find another guitarist before tomorrow night. Okay.
No, we're not. We don't have any gigs right now. That's not a problem.
So
Yeah.
I'll do another rouse to activate my first level of aspects of heightened senses to heighten
You
my
basically
hearing.
already activated. You've already
Right.
activated your aspects. I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
gonna make you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Sure.
make you roll it again.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, I will heighten my sense of hearing.
Also, heightened senses is free to use anyway.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is?
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're good though. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay. You don't really hear anything different in the alley. Although you heard something moving, down the alley, maybe something like skittering along or something yummy. But
There's just a moment where like she licks her lips. She's like, no, Shirley, you got this. You gotta watch a dead body.
okay.
Gotta watch the staked man.
Okay, so Layla, you managed to calm down enough, get your
To
car,
drive. Yeah.
kind of bring it to the alley.
I've never seen anyone staked before.
Okay.
Yeah, his face is like just completely pale. His eyes are actually closed, but
Yeah, okay. So you pop the trunk, I'll pick up the body.
Okay.
Okay, got
I
it.
go in and pop the trunk from inside.
okay.
Right before I move him, I'll move my heightened senses from my ears to my eyes to make sure there's nobody watching around us.
You don't see anybody.
Just pop him in there. Shirley just kind of takes off their like vest and like some clothing they don't need and just tosses it on top of his body, trying to make it look like there's just clothes back there.
Okay. All right, you've got him loaded in.
Yeah.
Trunk closes, and we are gonna now switch back to Stan, who now is gonna have a conversation with Baron Underwood, which is gonna close our episode tonight. So back at the theater, Stan goes up to Baron Underwood.
He's walking up to the stage. He's like, "All right, hi, boss. Just making sure this is where you want me to tell you about everything."
And she
Take place?
kind of looks around and she's like, kind of pulls you a little closer. She's like, "What's going on?"
Someone you know how I went and started looking for dispatch, right?
Yes.
Well, I met them and they started, talking about how I'd be able to find a few of the things I were looking for, a few of the people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the things they asked for on my end was any information I could get during the business. Obviously, I'm telling you this. That's not something I'm planning to do.
And she kind of steps back a little bit and kind of I'm glad you told me that. I appreciate honesty, Stan.
Yeah, it would be a pretty bad idea if I bit the only hand that was feeding me at the moment.
That would have been an exceedingly poor decision, Stan.
Yeah, but still though, I still need to try to get that information from them. Obviously, I don't have to give them the correct information if we can forge something, but also whoever I give it to that's wanting it, they'd have incorrect info.
It is a quandary because dispatch is very useful to everyone in the city, and to be cut off from their services would be tragic. Let me think on that for a moment, and I will let you know. Stall them as best you can.
Will do. Thank you, boss.
All right, Stan gets a gold star. So.
Silas definitely would have been waiting outside by his car, but had he been there internally, he would have been like, "Attaboy, that's how you do it right there."
Yeah, get all those good boy points.
So what we're going to do is in the next episode, we are going to go with Stan and Silas to attempt to abduct Maya. And then
abduct makes it sound so negative.
Acquire.
Surprise vacation.
Exactly.
Forcibly make her come with us.
It all sounds still wrong. So,
Yeah.
And then we'll pick back up with Layla and Dr. Shirley
Right.
to see what they're going to do next. So that
dealing with Amadeus's staked body in their trunk.
Although I've just got that song playing in my head.
Amadeus.
Stake me, Amadeus.
It's my only thought during all of that was, I'm gonna get a parking ticket.
Man.
Yeah, it's not like Shirley has to deal with it. It's not her car.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Shirley's car is there.
Oh, okay. I see.
She drove to the bar.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Actually, she owns a Jeep. It probably would have been easier to put the dead body in a Jeep.
Well, hindsight's 2020.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna find out the whole band is dead, aren't I?
They've all been staked.
Oh God.
Maybe there really never was a band. Maybe it's all been a dream. So,
I mean, at least afterwards, if you make a new band, you could call it Risen from the Stakes.
Oh.
That
I think that breaks Masquerade. I mean,
I did have this elaborate plan that I was going to make it all a dream at the end, and then it's just Old Man Winter gets up and goes, "Oh, what a weird dream."
Another game entirely.
And then he looks over and sees a pair of fangs sitting in a glass.
In a glass, like dentures, but
Exactly. I thought about it. I thought they'll kill me if I do.
And then he's just like, "Thunderbolt, I had the craziest dream, and I need to tell you every little detail about it."
And if folks watching this don't know what that is, go over and check out our other games, Laser Vision Comics, where we do Prowlers and Paragons.
Yeah.
Okay. Any final thoughts from the players, kind of before we wrap up?
this is gonna break Layla if they're all dead.
I mean, while them being staked isn't ideal, once they reconvene, Silas will definitely just be like, just pull that out, and Amadeus should be right as rain, if not a little traumatized. So
Layla doesn't know any of this. She's like,
yeah,
she's just a vampire.
I was gonna say she's only like a year old as a vampire, so unlikely that she would have seen anyone staked before.
Right.
But with Silas, it's like, what, you think I haven't staked somebody before? This is
Look, I went on a bad date one afternoon. They were being a bitch, so I staked them.
Wait, real quick. I may be remembering this wrong, but didn't Stan have a conversation with Stylus about the whole staking thing?
They might have. They went over. He told him a lot in season 1, so I don't remember exactly offhand what exactly they talked about. But yes, because Stan was always like, "Wait, this is a lie," or "What? That's a thing," and all that. So,
Wait,
so you know.
how old is Silas in Vampire?
He's like a young neonate, so he's only like 15 years as a vampire, as a kindred.
Dr. Shirley's a little bit older.
Dr. Shirley's the oldest.
Yeah. Because I wanted another character who was a little bit older, so that's why she's got a little bit more than you guys do.
Yeah. So Dr. Shirley's like an older neonate.
Yeah, I'm at like 94, which is right at the edge of neonate.
Yeah. So we're on opposite spectrums of neonateness.
See, the best part about this is Shirley does not know everything. They just stayed in New York and didn't talk to anyone. This is their first time really dealing with vampiric culture.
Yeah, whereas Silas is like, well, this is my life now, I guess. So you better get used to it real fast.
Okay. Well, does anyone have anything they want to announce tonight? I know Jen usually does, so we'll start with her.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jen. I'm the host of the Shattered Soulstone podcast. Comes out every Saturdays on shatteredsoulstone.com and usually hits social media in one place or another. And it's about the Diablo series of games and books and lore and whatever's going on with the company. And you can find it at shatteredsoulstone.com.
Okay. Whispers, anything?
Oh, hello all. And if you guys didn't know, I did a D&D live stream of, not D&D, Call of Cthulhu live stream of a season 1 back a couple months ago. Season 1 will be restreaming in February with the official launch of my own channel, The Dissonance Complex, in March.
Hey.
Awesome. Okay. And Aloysius, anything in comic book news? Chainsaw Man or whatever that one was? Or...
Oh my god, I fucking love Chainsaw Man. I just read I just read through all of the first act, and because like the second act like just started last year. And like once I got into the later volumes, I just started like tweeting about it because I was like, what the fuck is going on? Fantastic. If you haven't read Chainsaw Man, go read Chainsaw Man. It's phenomenal.
I think I need to. So.
It's a great time.
And Darwin, anything?
Nothing yet, but if we're just giving out suggestions,
sure.
Yeah, fuck, I don't have that either. Okay.
He botched his blood.
Nothing as of yet.
About at this moment, what are you in love with? Tell us.
I'm playing through Dishonored. That's fun.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Love
you
you. Fantastic choice. Great series.
Awesome.
Go play Dishonored.
Okay, that seems to be the theme tonight. Either read Chainsaw
Also, the
Man or...
TTRPG is also very good. So check that out if you have not.
I did not. All right, so we'll let you pick it up and run the game for us. So
I have it over there. I have the book.
There you go.
I think you have everything. I'm convinced.
I do have a lot. I do have a lot of games.
All right. Well, as for me, everybody, you know me. We're running our Vampire Chronicle here. We're about halfway through. About 4 more episodes to go, and then we'll be starting up Call of Cthulhu. We'll be starting up Mothership. Looking to do some Werewolf, probably 20th edition or 20th anniversary rather, because I don't know when fifth whatever is ever going to come out, and I'm just getting anxious to play some Werewolf because, as you can see, I'm a bit of a Fianna fan. So.
Yes, have to rock the Fianna ink.
so I'm really dying to play some Werewolf.
You know, theoretically, we're supposed to be getting it late this year, so
yeah. I don't know.
Not a lot of confidence in that one, huh?
Yeah. And then later on, I might even want to try to do Blades in the Dark. That one's pretty intriguing.
Good. That's a fun one.
Have you played it, Darwin?
I
know.
Aloysius
Aloysius has.
It's some good shit.
It's yes, a man of
Okay.
culture right here.
Okay.
We love it. We love to see it.
Yeah, I think I want to give that a try. So, But that's about it for tonight. And please, on Sunday night, please come watch issue 1 of Grayfin and the Masters of Muck. It was
Yeah.
it was
Fun last
delayed,
time I
but
watched it,
we're gonna get
Yeah.
through it Sunday night.
Watch a
so-
bunch of bad dudes do bad stuff.
Yes,
It was
yeah.
mostly goofy, honestly, the last time. But
It was.
Hey, you know, they
It was
can
fun.
at least keep up the velour of, you know, like, hey, we're bad guys, even though we're just totally ridiculous.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, you're just a bunch of Power Ranger villains.
Yeah, man. And then just Goldar randomly shows up and he joins the team.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you again next week. Have a good night.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.